Hi everyone, welcome to Dezola Designs. Today I am going to show you, we are going to start our bunny tutorial. Okay, so you are going to need some items for this. Obviously you're going to need your yarn. Today I'm using the sugar and cream yarn, cotton yarn. This is Overcast, it's a dark gray color, it's really nice. Use your own, make it a white bunny, pink bunny, purple bunny, blue bunny, whatever colors you have available. And also whatever hook size you have available, okay? So I am using for my bunny a 4mm hook. You can use a smaller hook, you can use a larger hook. The larger hook you use, the bigger the bunny will be. That's all it is, okay? It doesn't have to be a super small hook at all, okay? Then you're definitely going to need stitch markers, okay? You're going to need embroidery floss for the mouth. And then you're also going to need, let me put this aside, fluff. That's what I call it. It's fiber fill fluff to stuff the bunny with. You're going to need a yarn needle. You're also going to need safety eyes, okay? You can embroider, use the embroidery thread for eyes, I guess. If you don't have them, you can make your own. I got this set off of Amazon. It has a bunch of different sizes, and it also has little noses and big noses. So I'm going to see what that looks like. Just play around. Again, it's your project. Make it your own. These are the backings that it came with, in case anyone was wondering what that was. So grab all of your items and let's get started. Okay everyone, grab your main yarn color and let's get started. Again, this is your project, make it your own. I am making a gray bunny, but if you want to make a pink bunny, a white bunny, a purple bunny, it's your project, make it your own. Okay, so first we're going to start with our magic ring, and I know this causes anxiety for a lot of people, but don't let it. It's actually quite simple once you get the hang of it, okay? So this is how I make my magic ring. I put the yarn in between my thumb and first finger like this, okay? And then you go over your first two fingers under and back over to make an X. And then you put the yarn in between your pinky and your ring finger. So you should have an X, okay, on your hand, on your fingers. So now you insert your hook, and you insert your hook, you work your way up, and I say this is the northwest quadrant. So put your hook right underneath there, turn your hook around so the hook part is facing your finger, and you want to grab this yarn, and pull up. Okay, and I give it a little twist, and then take that off of your finger while holding the little hoop. Oh my goodness, I can't speak this morning. The little loop on your yarn. Okay, you see that? So you want to make sure you hold that, and then you just immediately yarn over and chain one. And that locks the magic circle, magic ring into place. You see that? Okay, so now we are going to put 6 single crochets in your magic circle, and you're going to go work inside your magic circle, and you are going to crochet around both of these strands of yarn. Okay, and I think that's where people kind of mess up a little bit. So if you want to make this a little smaller, you can by pulling on the loose strand of yarn. Okay, and if you make it too small, as you go around, it will stretch out. So don't worry about that. So and then just a note here, definitely grab a chain marker because you are going to need that. Okay, so let's get started. 6 single crochets inside the magic ring. Okay, and this is our chain 1 right here. So inside, yarn over, there's 1, inside the magic ring, yarn over, there's 2, inside the magic ring, yarn over, there's 3, and I don't know if you guys have seen any other of my videos, but I always do 3 and then I put the chain marker on the first chain. Okay, so please use your chain markers. There's no shame in that game because I've been crocheting 25 years and I still use chain markers, so they are there for a reason. Okay, so we have 3, no shame in my game, 4, 5 single crochets, and you can pull this a little bit in more, 6 single crochets, 7 single crochets, and 8. So you see how I'm going over both strands of yarn. You have to do that or the magic will not happen, okay? Sorry to say that. So, okay, we are going to now pull the loose yarn a little bit so we get closer to the first chain right here, or the first single crochet. So now you just want to, what are we doing here? Okay, so we are not going to slip stitch or anything. We're just going to work in the rounds. So go ahead and pull, this is the loose strand, pull this tight. Okay, and that's what makes the magic ring so magical. That's the middle right there. This is our first single crochet. We just finished round 1. Okay, so now we are going to work on round 2. And round 2, you are just going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 12. Okay, so in this pattern maker does not use the slip stitch plus the chain 1. It is just constantly worked in the round. Okay, so that is why the chain markers are essential for this project. Okay, so if you haven't done so, please get them because it will make your life a million times easier. Okay, so now we're going to start round 2, and round 2 we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around, starting with the first single crochet, which is right here, and I know that's my first single crochet because I marked it. Okay, so 2 single crochets inside this first single crochet. So that is 1, 2, and now I'm just going to go ahead and mark the first single crochet that I got, which is the first stitch is right here. Okay, see that? That's the first single crochet of the new row. So we have 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. 3, 4, and when you're working, I normally say please make your stitches loose, but when you're working with the animal projects, the Amigurumi projects, you have to make them tight. Not too tight, but tighter, okay? Because you want your stitches to be close. Okay, so we have 4, and then 2 more in the next stitch, 5, and 6. So go ahead and put 2 more in each stitch for a total of 12, and you should be at 12 in the chain before the chain marker. Okay, 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 12, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay everyone, so we are at the stitch before the chain marker. You should have a total of, oh, that's my phone, 12 single crochets. Okay, total of 12. So now we are going to start round 3, and let me mark my page here just so I know where we are and I don't get lost. So round 3, we're going to put 1 single crochet in the first single crochet and then 2 single crochets in the next. Okay, take your chain marker out, 1 single crochet in the first single crochet, right here, and I am going to mark always the first single crochet that I do. Okay, so that's 1 single crochet in the first single crochet, 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 2 and 1. So that's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Okay, so then in the next stitch you put 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch you put 2 single crochets in 1. So that's 1 and 2. Okay, and we'll do it one more time. 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Uh-oh. Okay, everyone, sorry about that. My light just turned off. That was really weird. But okay, so I went back and I frogged back 1. So you put 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then you put 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So 2 and 1. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern. It's 1 single crochet in 1 stitch and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Go all the way till the stitch before your chain marker, and I will meet you when you are done. And you should have a total of 18 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay everyone, so I have a total of 18 stitches, and you can see all the way around. So now we are going to start round 4, and round 4 we are going to single crochet for the first 2 stitches, so 1 single crochet in each of 2, and then 2 and 1, 2 in the third. Okay, and it's much easier if I do it than say it sometimes. So okay, here we go. 1 single crochet, mark your first stitch, so that's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then in the third stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in 1. 1, 2. Okay, so the next 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each stitch, 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch, 2 and 1. 1 and 2. Okay, and then we'll do that together one more time. 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. That's 1 and 2. And then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay. 1 and 2. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern, 2 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, okay, for a total of 4 in that grouping. And when you're done with your row, you should have a total of 24 stitches, okay? So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so you should have a total of 24 stitches, and we're just going to keep increasing the rows, so you see where the stitch marker comes in handy. So now we're going to start row 5, and row 5 is 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the 4th stitch. Okay, so take out your chain marker. So 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. Here's 1, mark your chain. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. That is 1 and 2. Okay, everyone, sorry for the interruption, but here we go. 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. So that is 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern. Let me show you again. 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the 4th chain, 2 in 1, okay? So when you're done with the row, when you reach here, you should have a total of 30 stitches. 30 single crochets, okay? So go ahead and do that. 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, 2 single crochets in the 4th, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so I have a total of 30 stitches. I just finished round number 5. Now we are going to work on round number 6. So round number 6 is single crochet 4, so 1 single crochet in each of 4 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the 5th stitch. Okay, so here we go. Take your stitch marker out. So single crochet 4 times, 1 in each stitch. So that is 1. Oops. That's your first stitch. 1, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, and 4 single crochets, and then 2 in the 5th stitch, 2 and 1. So that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets for a total of 6 in the grouping. Okay, so let's do this again. 1 single crochet, 2, 3, and 4, and then 2 in the next stitch, 2 and 1. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern. 4 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then 2 in the 5th stitch. And when you're done with the row, you should have a total of 36 single crochets. So I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone. So now I just finished this, and this does look like a hex. Okay, so it has a hexagon, not a hex. I've been watching WandaVision. I don't know if anyone's seen that, but it's such a great show. And they talk about hexes all the time. So it's a hexagon. So it looks like that. That is what yours is supposed to look like. Okay, so don't freak out. It's not going to be a perfect circle. Okay. So now that was row 6. So for rows 7 through 12, all you're going to do is put 1 single crochet in each chain around. Okay. Rows 7 through 12. And if anyone has seen any of my other videos, I always have my little notepad here, and just so I don't get lost, I lose track of things very easily. We have to do rows 7 through 12. So all I do is write 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so as I go around and I finish a row, I mark it off. Distractions happen all the time. So this just keeps me on track, so I know exactly what row I'm working on and what rows, how many more I need to do. Okay, so that is just my way, but go ahead for the next 6 rows, put 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 36. And please use your chain marker because it's very, very easy to get lost. Okay, so 6 rows of 36 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so I just finished my 12th round, and how do I know that? Because I marked them all off. That's the only way I know that. Okay, so now what we are going to do is start round 13, okay? And round 13 is similar. Instead of increasing though, we're gonna start decreasing, okay? So just remember that. So let's begin. So we are going to start by single crocheting 4, 1 in each stitch. So that is 1, 2, and then add your chain marker here. Whoever invented these is a lifesaver. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then in the next 2 stitches, so these next 2 right here, we're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. So you have 3 loops on your hook. You yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, so you're turning 2 single crochets into 1. Okay, so let's do that again, and then you just continue. So it's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, and 4 single crochets, and then you single crochet 2 together. Okay, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, you yarn over and you pull through all 3. Okay, see that? So go ahead and repeat that pattern, put 4 single crochets, 1 in each stitch, and then in the next 2 stitches you single crochet 2 together. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so I just finished round 13. And you know you've done it right when you end on a single crochet 2 together. Okay? You haven't, then you've done something wrong. But as long as you have a total of 30 stitches around, you're good. Okay? I say that and people probably look at it on in horror, but 30 stitches around, you're golden. Okay? So just to let you know that. So now we're going to go on to round 14. And round 14, you take your stitch marker out, is 3 single crochets and then single crochet 2 together. Okay? So 3 single crochets. Here's our first single crochet, 1, 2, put your chain marker in there, right here. Okay, here we go. I have to talk about this. So usually I do like using scraps of yarn as my chain markers. This is just a complete side note. But when we're doing pieces like this where the stitches are really tight, these come in handy because you just go bloop and it fits right in. Just saying. Total side note. I got sidetracked. Okay. So we put 2 single crochets. Now here's our third one. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then the next 2 we're going to single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And I'm sorry, I did that a little bit too fast. We're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. 2 loops. Insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. The whole reason, one of the reasons why I started doing this is because I, like you, love watching tutorials and getting ideas and crocheting along with tutorials. But in the beginning, I found that a lot of people just made the video as fast as possible. And you can't really learn anything, especially if you're a beginner or if you are just new to maybe doing a certain kind of stitch. So I told myself that I could make videos and make them the right way and make them so people can actually learn something. So that's why I go slow, okay? And hopefully that's why you're watching. Another rambling, sorry about that, but let's continue. 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. So that's 1 single crochet. Sorry about that, everyone. My battery died. Okay, so here we go. Oh boy, where were we? Here's our first 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we will start that grouping all over. Okay, so we have our 3 single crochets and then a single crochet 2 together. So now we're going to put 3 single crochets. So that is 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern. We'll do one more. 3 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3, and then you single crochet the next 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Okay, So go ahead and repeat that pattern, and when you're done, if you are counting, you should have a total of 24 stitches. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay everyone, so we're done with that row, and again, when you end, if you end on a single crochet 2 together, you've done it correctly. Okay, if not, just make sure you have 24 stitches all the way around. And you can see the circle is getting smaller. Okay, so we are going to start our next round, and our next round we're going to continue with the decreases. So we are going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, so there is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets. Put your chain marker in the first stitch right, oh no, that's not the first stitch. This is the first stitch right here. Okay, so that is 1 and 2. And then in the next 2 stitches, we're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, next 2 stitches, single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, and we'll do that one more time together. Next 2 stitches, 1 single crochet in each stitch. That is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and then the next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so repeat that pattern until you get to your chain marker, and you should have a total of 18 stitches, 18 single crochets. Okay, so I will meet you when you are done. Okay everyone, so we just finished round 15, and round 15 you should have a total of 18 single crochets. So now we're going to stop right here and make your loop big, because we're going to be adding the eyes and stuffing it with fiber fill. Okay, but first we need to take care of this if you haven't already. So turn your work inside out. And I don't know if you can hear that, but my dog is snoring. Okay, so grab your yarn needle like this and pull the yarn through. So if you've seen my tutorials on how to fasten off, that's wonderful, but I will just go over this with you. So you want to make sure that you're going through the back loops only, okay? So you don't want to mess up your work and the pattern on the other side of your project. So you just go through one way like this, pull all the way through, and then I just go back halfway. You can only just go back like this, 1 and 2, and then go back the other way like this. And what that does is it locks the yarn into the project, so it will not come out. And I used to be skeptical of that, but I've done a lot of projects and it has not come out. So you see, and then you don't see it on the other side. So once you've got that done, you can cut your yarn like so. So now what we are going to decide, so grab your safety eyes. So these are the safety eyes that I'm using. My kit also came with a little nose right here. So I'm super excited about that. If you don't have a nose, your project doesn't have to have a nose. Your bunny doesn't have to have a nose. Remember, this is your project and you create however you like it. Okay? So we're going to put the eyes on, and this is sometimes tricky. If you've seen my other Amigurumi videos, sometimes it's crooked. So it may take a couple of tries, but as long as you're on the right line, then it should be okay. And what I'm going to try doing, I don't know if this is going to work very well, but I'm going to put a little bit of fiber fill in just so I can see the shape of the head. I think that might work. So fill it in like that. Okay, so again, your chain marker should be in. That is where the back of your project is. So your face, the eyes should obviously be facing front, so that is a lot better. Okay, so then where are your eyes going to be? I think this bunny's eyes are going to be right here. And you just pop them through. So that's one. And as soon as the eyes go on, it makes it look so cute. And how about right here? In the patterns, it's very exact, but I just like to wing it. How does that look? That looks super cute. Okay. So now, if you do not have a nose, just get your embroidery floss. You can make a little nose just by going back and forth or up and down. Or you could even make a little circle with the embroidery floss. But if you don't want to make a nose, you absolutely do not have to, okay? But like I said, in my kit, it came with a little nose. And I think the middle looks right here. Let's see. I think it could be over one. Nope, that's not going to be right in the middle, so I have to go through this yarn right here, and then that should be good, like that. Is that even? Yes, almost. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh my goodness. There we go. That looks cute. Okay, so go ahead and play around with that. Place yours where you would like yours to be, the eyes and the nose. But I will show you now how to make the little mouth. And you are going to need for this definitely embroidery floss and a needle. So grab those and I will meet you back. Okay, so this is my embroidery floss that I use, and I got this at, I believe it was Joann for like, I think $2, $3 maybe. I think it was only $2 or something like that with a coupon. It is an incredible amount of embroidery floss. So this came out of it, and I just put it in that plastic bag. So I'm trying to avoid any knots, which is hard. So what I do is I just take a length of embroidery floss. Again, we're making the mouth. So I think, and I'm just making knots, but I think that should be good. Like that. Okay. So then I take your needle, and this is just a regular needle I got. Again, I got it at Joann. Thread the embroidery floss through the needle. That's my dog snoring. Okay, look at how cute that is. So for the mouth, I just like doing, oh, you know what I forgot to put on there? That wouldn't be a 911 emergency. I forgot to put the backs on the safety eyes. So these are the backs that came with the eyes and the mouth. And again, I just got the whole kit on Amazon. So you want to just get these little backings and just put the backings on the backs of the, if you use the nose, put them on the nose and they pop right on there. And if you use, obviously you're using the eyes, so put those on there and that locks it on. I have, even after the backs are on, removed them. It's a very tedious process, but it can be done. Okay, so there you go. Its little face is locked on there. Super cute. Let me just adjust the nose a little bit. Okay, now let's work on the mouth. So for the mouth part, I'm just going to do a little V. Okay, so just like a V like this. You can make it however you want to. You can make it super intricate or whatever, but my sewing skills are not anything to write home about, so I am just going to make it as absolutely simple as I can. I think that would be good right there. So all I do is sew a V, and let's see what this looks like here. So that's one side, and then I'm going to try and get it in the same spot or as close to it as possible. That's good. And then I'll go on this side right there. So let's see what that looks like. That looks really cute. Yay! And again, this is handmade, so that's your excuse. That's my excuse. You know what? It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. It's handmade. So I go do this back and forth 3 to 4 times just to make sure that it is on there. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so here's the big reveal. Looks kind of cute. Again, you can make adjustments after you have the ears on, excuse me. But that looks pretty cute to me. Okay, so now what you want to do is take more fiber fill. I don't know why that's up, but oh well. Take some more fiber fill and stuff the head. Okay, like so. And you want to really stuff it. Just really pack it down like that. And then get some more. If you have to, I have mine right here. And just keep filling it. And I just cut mine into little pieces. And then I fill. Okay, so pack it down. And then put more in there. I'm just going to put a little bit more here. There we go. And that looks good for right now. Hi, Betty. Okay, so now we are going to move on and we are going to fill as we go. So this is going to start becoming even more, it's smaller, okay? So you just want to fill as we go along. Okay, does that make sense? So now let's continue crocheting. So you want to get your hook and pull this so it's workable again. And since that got stretched out a little bit, I pull it and then I lift it up. Okay, so now we are going to work on round 16. So round 16, we're going to single crochet in the one single crochet and then do single crochet 2 together. Okay, so this is really going to close up in the next 2 rows. So you put 1 single crochet, put your stitch marker in that single crochet right here, and then you single crochet the next 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, this will start feeling very tight. And that is how it should be. Okay, so next stitch, single crochet, 1 single crochet. The next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. So that's up. I made a single crochet. Sorry about that. Let me get my hook through all of that right there. So we did the single crochet, now we're going to single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over. Man, what is going on here? Sorry, my yarn is separating. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. There we go. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay, like I said, it's pretty tricky here. Single crochet, 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then single crochet 2 together. Insert hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern till you get to your chain marker, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, look at how cute that looks. So this is the last row before we close it up. So any adjustments to the face, any more stuffing, do it now or forever hold your peace. So I am going to put a little bit more stuffing in. Oh, I've got a delivery. I wonder what that is. Probably crochet products. Actually, I think it is. I ordered new hooks. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now we can take out this stitch marker. Totally. Put it to the side. Because all we're going to do now is single crochet 2 together all around. Okay, and this will be our last row. Ready? Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Okay? And this is tight, and actually I am going to put our chain marker right here because this is the first stitch. Okay, next 2, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Whoa. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, almost done. We'll just do this together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. It's super tight, you guys, so that's how it should be though. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, so these are the last 3 stitches right here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 4 stitches. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, these are the last 2 stitches right here. Sorry, I thought the one before was the last one, but these are the last 2. 1, 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Easier said than done. There we go. Okay. Super cute. There's the little face and the little head. So there shouldn't be any gaps, and it should feel like a ball, like a squishy ball, okay? This is the absolute last time to check before we totally close this up, okay? So if you are happy with that, which I am very happy with that, all you do now is pull up the loop, and again, it's really tight. Take the chain marker out, pull up the loop, and leave a long strand. I like to leave a long strand. Cut it, pull the other end through, and let me just make sure, yep. So we're going to fasten off now, okay? So what I like to do is you get your yarn needle, get the yarn, put it through the needle like so. Okay, and now we are just going to, let's see, how did we end this right here? Like this. So I'm just going to follow the yarn pattern and go through. I always go through the next row too, just so there aren't any big holes left. You see that? So I'm in this stitch right here. So then I'm going to work my way over. And again, this is how I do it. There are a million ways. All of them are the correct way. Okay? There really is no right or wrong way. I just like to weave my way through like this. You see that? So then I work my way back. Let's see, I'll go through here. See how it's closing up like that? And then I'll go through here. And then I'll come back around through here. And I go over, under, over. And then into this row right here. See? Just like that. And then I work my way around again, like so. And now you can work under, over, under, and then back up again, just like that. See? Awesome. So now what you want to do, so here is the line where we worked, right there. And what I'm going to do is go under this way. One more little loop there. Okay. And then I'm going to work my way back. Just a couple of stitches. Like that. Whoops. And then I'm going to work my way through one more time. So that really locks the yarn in. Like that. Hi. Okay, super cute. So now what to do with this thread. This is a cool trick I learned last year. So you see the yarn. I'm going underneath all the loops, okay, to right here. Put your yarn through, pull it a little bit, pinch it down like that, grab your scissors, cut the yarn, and there you go. Hey, buddy. So there is the little bunny's head. Super cute. I don't know what's going on here, but that's all right. Yay! So now in the next part, we are going to make the bunny's ears. Okay, everyone, so you can see his cute little face. I'm calling him he already, so that is his pronoun. Now, I went ahead last night and made one ear. These are the ears, super cute. This is what it looks like, and oh my goodness. Wow, so cute. So now I'm going to show you how to make another ear. You obviously have to make two, okay? Or maybe you only want one ear on your bunny. I don't know, you know? So we're going to make the ear now. You will definitely need a yarn needle and a stitch marker. And of course your hook and your yarn. So grab your items and let's get started. You're also going to need a scrap piece of paper. If you follow my way, grab a scrap piece of paper and a pen. But otherwise, let's get started. So we are going to start again with the magic ring. And if you start doing all of these amigurumi projects with me, you will be a total pro at magic rings because that's what you use. Okay? So put your yarn in between your first and your thumb, first finger and thumb. Cross over, under, back over again, and put the yarn between your ring and pinky finger. Grab your hook. Insert your hook underneath this strand of yarn in this part of the X. I call it the northwest quadrant. That always makes me laugh. Turn your hook over and you're going to grab this yarn right here, and as you pull up, twist, so that is your loop on your hook. Okay, hold that loop, take your fingers out. There's your magic circle, your magic ring, but to lock it on you want to chain one. There you go. Okay, so that locks it on and you can take your hands away and voila. Okay, that's your magic ring. To make it a little bit smaller, you pull the loose end. And I like to do that just so it's workable. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we're going to put 5 single crochets in the magic ring. Let me make sure that that is a 5. Yes, that's a 5. Okay, I need glasses. Actually, I don't. I just need reading glasses. Anyway, 5 single crochets in the magic ring. Here we go. When we use a magic ring, you want to yarn over both strands. Right here. Both strands of yarn. Okay? Insert your hook, yarn over, single crochet 1, insert your hook, yarn over, 2 single crochets, insert your hook, yarn over, 3 single crochets, insert your hook, yarn over, 4 single crochets, insert your hook, yarn over, 5 single crochets. Okay, now what makes this so magical, again, this is your loose strand. You just pull on the loose strand and you want to pull it tight. Okay, so here is your first, this is our chain 1, this is our first single crochet. We are going to start working immediately starting round 2 in the first single crochet. Okay, so for round 2 we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around for a total of 10. Okay, so here's our first single crochet right here, and this is going to get tight. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so just prepare your mind. Okay, so here's our first single crochet. We want to put 2 single crochets in that stitch. So there is 1, and 2. Okay, grab your stitch marker, put the stitch marker on the first stitch so you know where your row starts. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Next stitch, 2 single crochets in the same stitch, 3 and 4, and we'll just do this round together. Next stitch, 2 crochets in the same stitch, 5 and 6. Next stitch, 2 crochets in the same stitch. Whoa, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Next stitch, 2 crochets in that one too, 2 single crochets. 9 and 10. And you want the stitches, I know in my other videos I always say make your stitches loose. In this one, especially in the ear and the amigurumi projects, you want to make them tight. Okay? Just to let you know, FYI. We are at the end, 10 single crochets we have done, and I am speaking like Yoda. Oh, we're going to start round 3. Round 3 is 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 2 single crochets in the second stitch for a total of 15. 15 total. Okay, take your stitch marker out. 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Boop. Put your stitch marker. 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay, in the same stitch. So that's 1 and 2 for a total of 3 in that grouping. Okay, next stitch, 1 single crochet. Next stitch, 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, 2 and 1. One, 2, and then we'll do one more together. Next grouping, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Whoa, that's really, really tight. And then 2 single crochets in the same stitch in the next stitch. 1 and 2. Okay, so go ahead and repeat that pattern. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, 2 in the next one, 2 and 1. So it's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets in the next stitch. Okay, you should have a total of 15 in that row, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay everyone, so we have just put 15 stitches around. Okay, you should have a total of 15. So now we are going to do rows 4 through 7, and rows 4 through 7 is just 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 15. Okay, so how I do this, again, if you've seen my videos, I write 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be a total of 4 rows, 15 stitches each. And as I do a row, I mark it off. Okay, so that keeps me in check and I do not lose my place. At the beginning of each row, please put your stitch marker. Okay, please. So we'll just start the next row. 1, 2, put your stitch marker on the first stitch and work your way around. When you're done with the 4th row, mark it off, 5th row, mark it off, 6th row, mark it off, and go to 7 rows, 15 stitches each row. Okay, so when you are done with that, I will meet you back to continue the ear. Hey everyone, so okay, I just finished row 7, okay, and that's what yours should look like. So now we're going to start row 8. I'm just making sure that I'm on the right space. Row 8, we are going to start decreasing. Okay, so this is as wide as the ear gets. So now, why don't we start? So we are going to single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, so let's begin. I'm just making sure that I'm in the right place, and I am. So that is your first stitch, 1 single crochet, mark your row. And then we're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, 5, so we're going to repeat this stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, next stitch is a single crochet. Next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together, and we'll just do this together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. You're going to be a total single crochet 2 together pro when you're done with this project. Next stitch, single crochet. Next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, next stitch, single crochet. Next stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through all 3. Okay, next stitch, you should have 3 stitches left. Next stitch, single crochet. Next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, awesome. Got it? Good. So now we're going to do rows 9 through 12, and I have my little notepad again. So write 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? And you are just going to single crochet 10 around for the next 4 rows. So 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 10 single crochets and 4 more rows. You got it? So here's the first row. We'll start 1 and 2. Like that. Mark your first stitch and go ahead and put 8 more in this row if you've done 2. So you should have a total of 10 around for the next 4 rows. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you are done. Okay, everyone, so I just finished my ear, and you can see here's the other one, super cute. So I will show you now how to finish this off. So you want to, with the loop that's still on your hook, pull a long strand, because that is what we're going to sew it onto. We're going to sew it onto the bunny head with. Okay, so cut that, pull that through, and then you're going to need your yarn needle and maybe some pins. Maybe. Take your stitch marker out, and I just like to make this even as possible. You see there's like a little ridge there. So I take my yarn needle and then I just work it through a couple times in the next stitch. So I go 1 and then 2, I'm going to go through the next stitch right here. Okay, don't go too crazy because we're going to, again, sew this onto the bunny's head. So take the yarn out of that needle. So now you just want to cut your strand here. And this was the first strand that we used for the magic circle, the magic ring. Where are my scissors? If you haven't done it already, cut that strand like that. So now what we're going to do, super, super cute. Here's the back. And here is, where is that? The other back right here. So we have the 2 together. Like so. And I stretch that one out a little bit. I'll stretch this one out a little bit. Super cute. So now, and this is easier with the push pins. Not push pins, just pins, embroidery pins. Those aren't push pins. So you want to play around with your placement, okay? And how I do this, and this usually takes some time because I want to get it in the right space. So just take your time with this, and you put your pins, I got these at Joann, and you want to stick them in like so, so you can see where the ear is going to be placed. So there is one. Can you guys see this? Let me zoom out a little bit, sorry. I'm sorry about that. So there's one, and then here is, oh, look at how cute that is. So what I do is I place these on the head, and then I put the bunny head or whatever project I'm doing on the table, and I make sure that they're even, okay? So you want to do that before you sew anything on. Because once you sew it on, you don't want to be taking it back off and on and everything. Okay? So go ahead, look at how cute that is. Go ahead and take your time with that and do that. If you don't have push pins, don't worry about it. But it is a lot easier. Look at how cute that is. It's a lot easier to work with and to place it on your bunny head, okay? So go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna play around with this and make sure that I like where the ears are placed. Go ahead and do that, and I will meet you when you're done just placing your ears, okay? I'll show you how to sew them on. Okay, everyone, so now this is where I placed my ears. You want them to be kind of even, and also I forgot to say we are not stuffing these, okay? So you literally just fold them in half and then you place them on. Again, you don't have to have the pins, but it makes life a lot easier. And I just got these at Joann. A pack of them was like $3 or something like that. They always have a good coupon at Joann's. So now what we're going to do is sew the ears on, and it is kind of tricky. I'm not going to lie, but once you kind of get the hang of it, then it should be okay. So I have my yarn needle here, okay? And we are going to just pull the yarn through, and this is not cooperating with me right now. There we go. Okay. Yarn through the yarn needle. I always work where the yarn first is, okay? Can you guys see that? So I'm going to just work my way in the stitches, and I work in the bottom stitch. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see. Okay, so here are the bottom stitches, and here's the stitches for the head. So you just want to kind of go in through all the layers and then come back out. You see that? So it's hooked to the head of the rabbit, the bunny. And then you pull through, and then you come around here, and then go through the next stitch, which is right here, pierce the head part, and then come back up. And again, this is a little bit tricky, especially with the pins. You see that? So you just work your way like that. So I went in through here, and it's coming out through here, through the other end. When I first did these, I was kind of getting frustrated because I was used to making little stitches all the way around, and maybe some of you can do that, but I am not that advanced yet, okay? So this is how I do it. So then you can go in again, and then you can come back up through the other way, and again, it takes some finagling. Is that through? No, almost. Come on, Betty. Like that. Okay, so there really is no right or wrong way in the end. As long as the ear is attached, that's fine. But I would leave your pins in place until the ear is completely attached. Okay, so you just want to go all the way around, and you can try going in like this and then coming out this way. Oops, sorry if I moved that out of the screen. No, that's not working for me. So I'm just going to go in and then come back up like that. And once you've gotten a couple of the initial stitches, it does get easier. It's just those first ones that are kind of hokey. So go ahead and do that. Just work your way around and take your time. And once you have them sewn on, ooh, I just got underneath my finger. Once you have them attached to your liking, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so go back and forth, and you see why the pins are so critical too, because if you didn't have them, I tried to do one that I didn't use pins. I said I don't need that, and everything was so crooked, it was actually kind of hysterical. So go ahead and do that. Do both sides. You want to do the same thing on the other ear. Okay, attach the ears, and I will meet you when you are done, and I'll show you how to fasten off the loose end of the yarn. Okay, but go back and forth a couple of times, and when you're done, I will meet you back. Okay, everyone, so now you can see how absolutely adorable that is. This is obviously the front, this is the back, and the ears got a little bit easier once I took the pins out. So I don't know about you, But I have already, oops, I've already finished this side right here. So now we're going to do this side. And all you do when you're done, when you feel it's secure enough, you just want to go back and forth 3 times. And I think I'm just going to, and again, there really is no right or wrong stitches to go through. You just kind of work your way through. Can you guys see this? Yeah. So you just go one way, and then you work your way back. Let me just make sure you, yeah, you can. I'm just always afraid that my hand or something is off camera. So you go, I went this way, now I'm going to go this way. Like so. And then you just go back the other way. So when you go back the other way, you can actually go in, but just make sure that you're not going through the front side. You're just going in between the layers, okay? So you take your yarn or your needle and work it all the way through, okay? Squeeze the ear just a little bit like that. Get your scissors and cut the yarn. So what that will do is the yarn will just go back in like that. Okay? Super cute. Look at that. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Oops. Wow, that's so cute. Okay, so next we're going to work on the tail. So again, whatever color you're making your feet, or if you just want to make the tail a different color, by all means. So grab the color that you want for the tail and let's get started. Okay everyone, so now we are going to work on the little bunny's tail, and I am going to use white sugar and cream yarn, and I'm going to use the same hook size, which is a size 4. So again, we are going to start out with a magic ring, and when you're working on the amigurumi, you always want to leave a tail, or start with a little bit extra, because you never know if you're going to have to use that, and you never know what end you're going to need to sew the whatever part you're working on onto the project, onto the body. Sometimes it helps to sew 2 sides on it, this side, this loose strand, and then the loose strand when you finish. That's just a little note in what I found doing these projects. So we are going to start with a magic ring, and again, you're going to be total pro when you're done with this project with the magic ring. So you take your thumb and your first finger, put the yarn there. First 2 fingers over, under, back over, make an X, and then put the strand of yarn between the ring and the pinky finger, and then bend your fingers slightly like that so it has a nice X. Grab your hook, put the hook under so it's facing your skin, and I put it in the northwest quadrant. That's what I call it. So then you face the hook down towards your skin, and you want to pull, grab, and twist. Okay, so that is your loop on your hook right there. Okay, so then you hold it, take your fingers out slowly, and there's your magic circle. Now what you want to do immediately is chain 1. And what does the chain 1 do? It locks the circle on your hook. See? So now what I like to do is, with the loose strand of yarn, I like to pull the circle just a little bit, just so it's workable. Okay, so now we are going to start with the little tail. And the little tail is just 3 rounds. So first round we're going to put 5 single crochets inside the magic circle, magic ring. Okay, and again, when you're working in a magic ring, you yarn over, you go under and over, yarn over both strands of yarn right here. Okay, I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller. So I just did my first single crochet, insert, yarn over, 2 single crochets, insert, yarn over, 3 single crochets, insert, yarn over, 4 single crochets, insert, yarn over, 5 single crochets. Okay, and then you take your loose strand and you pull it, hold on to here, pull this, and you just pull it tight as it will go. See? So because this is our first chain 1, this is our first single crochet right here. So we're going to start in the first single crochet. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around, in each stitch, 2 single crochets in each stitch for a total of 10. Okay, so you're going to need your chain marker. So we're going to start right here in the first single crochet, and this will be tight. And you want it to be tight. Okay, this particular project, you want it to be tight. So that is 1 single crochet, and then put your chain marker right here, like so. So then you want to put another single crochet in the same stitch. Oops. Right there. The chain marker's in the way. That's 1, 2, and then 2 more in the next stitch. And we'll just do this together. 3 and 4, and then 2 in the next stitch in the next single crochet, 5 and 6, 2 in the next stitch. I'm developing a lisp, I think. That's 7 and 8. And then 2 single crochets in the next stitch. And that's 9 and 10. Okay, and then we're back here at our first single crochet. So now round 3, all we're going to do is 1 single crochet in each stitch around for a total of 10. You can just take out your chain marker. So 10 single crochets, 1 in each stitch. And we'll just do this together, because why not? And I'm not going to use a chain marker because we're just going to do 10. And that's going to be the end. So that's 1, 2 single crochets, 3 single crochets, and maybe this is a little bit too tight. Wow. 4 single crochets, 5 single crochets, 6 single crochets, 7 single crochets, 8 single crochets, 9 single crochets, and 10. Yay! Okay, so now that was our last stitch, last single crochet. You want to leave a tail for sewing, okay? So I leave a long tail, sometimes too long, but that's all right. I know I'll have plenty of room for sewing, okay? So that was the last one, so you want to pull this through. I always like to finish it up a little bit, so when we're ready to put it on the body, it'll be ready to go. So get your yarn needle, thread it through. Again, you don't have to do this step, but I just like to. Oops. So here is our last single crochet, and there's always a little ridge right there. That drives me crazy. So what I do is, this is the last stitch, this is the first stitch. I just work my way through that first stitch, and I bring it down like that, and then I come back around and I basically make a chain. Oh, maybe I left too much of a little trail there. So it's just not like this big bump. You see that? It's more even, and you can go back through there, and then I go like that, and then I go back like this. So it's just a little bit of finish work. See? So that looks better. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is the arms. Okay, so you want to, what does it say? You want to start out with the arm hands. So grab whatever color you're going to use for the tip of the arms, like where the hands are, and I will meet you so we can start working on the arms. I'm just going to use white. Okay. So grab your yarn and we will continue.